Hello, everyone. Good evening. Hope it's a day Harry. Welcome. We are live. Please not swear. Plenty of swearing on this channel. And there you go. We are live on Twitch. We are also live on YouTube tonight. We're going to talk about the past 7 days or so with Newcastle because news is starting to pick up now, which thank God. As the lads have got back to pre-season, we'll share some photos as well. And then we're going to look at the Sven Botman situation and what Mr. Hugo Ekitike. Was that right? I'm getting good. The second say is Ben Botman, though.
But you're getting good, and now he's not coming.
I know. Welcome, everybody. Get your questions and get comments in. Help us by smashing that like. We've got a lot to rattle through tonight in the next half an hour, depending how long we go on for. I'm joined by Sam. How are you?
Warm. It's very muggy in the Midlands this evening. Very muggy. I think we're due a good thunderstorm, clear it up, but otherwise fine.
In and up here on the tune. Beth, how are you?
I'm good, thanks. Just got over COVID, feeling a lot better today.
Yeah, it's all over the place. Over. That's 2 of our group. You and Carl. Right, let's have a look what you're saying. Ollie in the comments. Hello, Ollie, you're doing well. Evening, lads, lasses. Hope you're doing all right, Geordie. Make sure you like the video. Mr. Dressing Down himself is on there. Steve, another one. More friendly. Going on Ekitike. Lee, come on, mate. Hey, I'm getting there. Connor, evening. Up the mags. Lee, where's he doing kits? You, the odd one out. Steve, I've just finished work and I was sick this morning. Playing my little violin. You know what I mean? Yes, I sent a voice note to Sam. I'm sick. I'm ill. God, they're rolling it. Look at them. All FTV amongst the back log. Good to see them in. Right, we're going to get cracking then. Let's begin. We will share the screen. This is the club's official website. Of course, if you want to see more of the club, it's NUFC.co.uk. There we go. Got myself quad there. I don't get into trouble. I wanted to start off with this. I'll come to you with a sponsorship a few days ago. Noon.com. Everybody knew them. But Amazon's, they do basically what Amazon do. Their arrival in the Far East. Is this the first step?
Is it just me, or I can't hear Lee anymore?
No, he cut off then halfway through his sentence. I didn't know if it was just me.
That's all right then. At least it's not me. But yeah, he was going to ask me about noon.com and how vile that logo is. Look, it's a vile logo, but all sponsorship logos are, aren't they, Beth? But
yeah.
That shirt sponsor deal is going to be pretty lucrative, and let's face it, it's for the greater good eventually. Yes, I know there's going to be kind of controversy. And now, Lee, your microphone is echoing me.
Oh, this is fantastic because I'm using a new clip. This is fantastic. I'm live. So, Beth, am I echoing your side?
Yeah, you are.
Oh, great stuff. Well, Sam, I'll let you.
But, you know, Lee's broadband is unparalleled, unmatched. Always goes on about how great his broadband is. Always brags about how amazing his service provider is and how great the company he works for is. Unrivaled, unparalleled, just top of the line broadband. But yeah, noon.com. It's like the Saudi Amazon, I'm led to believe. But yeah, great deal. Horrible logo.
I think though you can't really there's never going to be a logo what everyone's happy with, where it suits the shirt brilliant. All we need from it is a better deal than what we had in the past, which obviously we do have now. Yeah. We just need the benefits from that sponsor, and we can't really complain, really, can we? It's going to do as well in the long run.
No, I mean the other sponsorships on the sleeves we've had. There was that cryptocurrency bollocks one, wasn't there? And then wasn't there one for tires before then? So it's just the way of the world now, isn't it? But yeah, Noon, the Saudi Amazon, you can buy anything on there apparently. So. And I think, wasn't it worth £7 million a season or something like that?
Yeah, I think that's what I read. So
that's more or less paid for the Sven Botman deal. when it eventually goes through. I mean, I don't know about you, Beth, but I'm just, there's only so much refreshing of Twitter you can do each day waiting for a Sven Botman video.
I know, and obviously we all expected it to be announced today, didn't we? Like properly, we thought it was a video or something. And then they just keep posting these training pictures. And don't get me wrong, I'm so happy seeing them all back at training. But I keep hoping that the notification is going to be something to do with Sven.
Yeah, I mean, the lads have been back in most of the lads have been back in pre-season training today. The ones that were involved in international duty at the back end of last season didn't come back. So you like Trippier, Bruno, they're not back yet. But yeah, it's always nice to see the lads return for pre-season because it means the football's on its way and we don't have far to wait now, doesn't it?
Yeah, and hopefully as well, right now, like since obviously the takeover came through, we got Eddie Howe, we've been seeing more content and stuff. So hopefully we'll be seeing videos and things from training, which I always like to watch.
As a fan of all things Newcastle wear, Christian is absolutely spot on. I don't know if you've seen it, Beth. How great does our new training kit look?
Oh, it's unreal. That black shirt with like faint white stripes of it that the coaching staff had on, that was unbelievable. And I really am a fan of the tracksuit jackets and jumpers as well that Eddie Howe had on, and his staff, unreal.
Yeah, they had it nice last season as well. They sold out really quick. I wanted to get my hands on one towards like the back end of the season, and unless you were like either extra small or a 5XL, they just didn't have any left. Fuming.
I hope this year that they put out more sizes, because I feel like there's a really limited number of the really popular sizes, and then they just don't seem to restock. So hopefully they've learned the lesson.
And with Castore as well, you do, folks, if you are planning on purchasing anything this season, you do have to go a size up. Isn't that right, Lee, for Castore?
Yeah, this is what the problem was. I have a new tool and it's let me down. Fantastic.
You're a tool.
What have we learned today, everybody? Test before you buy. Yeah. You've got to, because a lot of people are saying that it's tight. But do you like the kits though?
Yes, we were just saying. Smart. But I was expecting there was that one that was leaked with like the Newcastle skyline on, wasn't there? That's
a warm up one, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah, I'm sure that's the pre-match one.
Okay, I was expecting to see that today, but obviously that didn't happen. So I was wondering what happened to it. But yeah, the training kit was just lovely. Yeah, filth.
It was really smart, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
Yeah, there's a lot of them in the comments saying, how great do our training range look. I wish I bought the away kit as well. Beth, are you getting the new kits?
Yeah, but I think going off the experience last year, it'd have to be like an in-shop thing, not online.
Where you want to go in to actually one of the stores?
Come completely different every time you get a shirt.
It's strange, isn't it? Because Castore, like, they seem to make nice stuff, and we've been full of praise for like the look and the style of the the range of clothing that they've provided Newcastle. But I've never known so many complaints about the quality and stuff. When you go on Twitter or online or anywhere, there's so many complaints. I mean, for all of Puma's flaws, I don't remember any of that stuff happening with them.
Yeah, and I know obviously you probably mentioned while I was sorting out my audio. The without the sponsor on, all of them messed up. I actually quite like that. I'm not gonna lie. There's a little part of me like, I wouldn't mind getting one of them without the fun in here because I don't like it. And now we've got
exactly. We were saying when you're having your tech issues about the Noon stuff, it's like a hideous logo. Like all like sponsorship logos are pretty gruesome at the best of times. So to get that, to be on the receiving end of that mess up, that'd be quite nice.
Yeah, it would. You can see on your screen if you want to become a member of NFTV, just 99p. Absolute bargain, under £1. And you get up to 10 exclusive extra videos per month from Sam, Johnny, and myself. So have a look at it, 99p.
You'll get 3 in the next 4 days off me and Johnny.
Yeah, and you just got one of me last night with me, my new arrival as well. Don't worry, it's not a baby. It is a puppy.
I hope not when you're looking under the table for it.
Years around next to me feet. You might appear on camera a little bit later, but yeah, please do join us for the membership. Right, you've talked about the kits. Let me just open the share screen facility back up, because what is your favorite one, Beth? What have you seen so far?
I really like the black training shirt with the faint white stripes up it. I really was a fan of that the staff had on. I like that training shirt, but out of the actual like strips, I just like the home shirt.
Yeah, I like this one, mate. I know it's very Saudi Arabia and all of that, but it's
well. I want to see I haven't seen it in the flesh yet. I don't know, Lee, if you've nipped into the club shop when you've been on your lunch break or whatever, but I've never seen it up close because apparently the material's a bit hit and miss. Like it might divide a few, but obviously in pictures it looks great with the like green or color coordinated and stuff.
I do like it. Like
great to see Katie Barker and Georgia Gibson on there as well.
Yeah. Steve, thank you very much for the donation. One of our own will win a trophy in the Castore kit. Mark my words. Ooh, that's a statement. It's a very bold statement. Even the dog agrees. Hey, shut up, you. So thank you very much, Steve, for that donation. But yeah, we'll please keep your comments coming. We'll come back to them in a second as well. I just want to come off that and talk a little bit about this situation, the tickets. Because there was absolutely 30,000, it's believed, that were in waiting to get tickets, which is absolutely bonkers. Beth, have you ever known anything like this?
No, but I don't think it really shocked many of us because the demand, like, more January onwards, not so much when the actual takeover went through, but when the results were picking up and it, like, war flags displays were becoming more insane. The demand for tickets every week was just crazy, wasn't it? Like, you don't look around like on Twitter and see fans of other teams struggling as much as our fans do to get tickets for their games.
It's crazy. It's opened that debate, Sam, about stadium capacity.
Hasn't it just? Yeah. There was a cracking comment I saw on Twitter last night about we've all turned into town planners. But yeah, look, it just goes to show like everyone feels the good times are coming back and everyone's bought into where we're going now. And not only with the season tickets, there was the membership as well. Because I guarantee you, I've got myself a membership as well for this season. And there was over 20,000 going for them. I can guarantee you now, no tickets are going on general sale this season.
I think they've got to, though, haven't they, legally?
No.
So they're not. I thought they had to sell.
No, because your members get priority after season ticket holders. So
yeah, there was games towards the end of last season where they weren't reaching general sale. The members and the season ticket holders.
I think that'll happen every game.
Yeah.
There he is, everyone. Meet Ferdinand.
Oh, look at him!
Look at him, man. If you don't give us a like for that.
What's that?
This is Ferdinand, everybody.
What is it? A gerbil?
How dare you? How dare you? Beth, where's your pup? We'll all get the pup.
Oh, he's in the next room. He's being a bit crazy.
Puppy Fan TV. Yeah, so you might see more of him in the next hour. But going back, I want to talk about probably a bit of negativity here, Beth, is I've seen this on Twitter, and you know Twitter's Hey, Kenny, that's it. Kenny, you can clear off. You can unsubscribe. How dare you call him a giant rat? I am upset. You've now hurt me. That is shocking. It's a shocking statement. Beth, what do you make of the people who claim that they've been away? They went away to get Mike Ashley out of the club, and now they can't get a season ticket because they want to come back. What's your thoughts on that?
These are the tweets that sometimes I'll go on Twitter and I'll just want to scroll and then I see something like that and I just have to come off for a minute because it's like there's some people that just think they like have more of a right to go and support the team now, and I don't really think that you can say, oh, I walked away, I deserve to be more like they're more than so and so. Like at the end of the day, we're all fans. We all want to go and watch the team play, especially now it's such an exciting time. So the fact that you walked away doesn't necessarily mean you have more of a right to now have a season ticket ahead of someone else. Like,
or less of a fan.
Yeah.
I mean, we've got fans. Jay's in Atlanta. He's American. He's not less of a fan than what I am, just because he's miles away. Or people who, walk away because they can't support the club because of Mike Ashley. I understand that, and the whole sports direct and all the mistakes that he's done. Obviously, the people that are saying that I can totally understand, but if you do walk away, you have to unfortunately face that situation. whereas people who have been going through the bad times continuously, it's a difficult one. But if you make that choice to walk away from the club, it is a tough one. I do understand why they're doing it.
Yeah, you can understand both sides of the argument, but like it's like for me, I couldn't walk away, but that doesn't mean that I liked Mike Ashley and now I shouldn't get to go to the games over someone who walked away at the time. But I just couldn't resist going and watching the like lads play football, even when it was like the most miserable days ever. But also at the time, when you're giving up your season ticket, a lot of people gave them up when the club was up for sale, and there was always a chance that we were going to get taken over and like good times would come back to the club. Obviously, at the time, like we didn't know if he was actually going to sell the club or if he was just, you know, being Mike Ashley. But there was always a chance that the club was going to be sold, we were going to be rich as hell, and we're all going to love going to matches again.
Yeah, it's a tough one, isn't it? I just want to shout out Geordie Tune for Life. Thank you for becoming a member. Literally just 99p to start from. You'll have access to instant videos straight away, and you'll get posts on our Discord. There's a link in the community tab for you, Geordie Tune for Life. So any more, please pop on. 99p, absolute bargain, man. And then, come on, Jason. There's only one Ferdinand in Newcastle folklore. Come on. How Sam surprised me and nearly started crying on video, man. There's a huge, absolute legend. And there's obviously, I can see the comments. Didn't actually give 10,000 away free. He did, and I went to 90% of our away games under Ashley, and now I can't get an away ticket. That's another hard one. I even am sometimes will struggle. Even for me, and I was like almost every game last season. I think it's gonna be really, really tough, because I'm on nearly 60 points, and I still think that's going to be a struggle.
That won't be enough for some of the games. If you like, how many like
I can't say Brighton away. I can't say Brighton away because Brighton away is in the summer. It's the first away game of the season. I think that's going to go for daft 100 points upwards. And if it was winter, I could understand it's a lot easier. I'd probably get a ticket in the winter down. Brighton's too far to travel, and it's normally a nighttime game, so it's a tough one. But with the whole ticket situation, if you continuously go and people the other on the foot is you're funding Ashley. I hate that. We got criticised as a channel a couple of years ago about the Arsenal boycott. We did it, and we were so disappointed to see loads of people going in. We were literally watching the game across the road in the Shark Bar, and that was torture for me. And the boycott of the game, and I thought, nah, never again. I'm not enjoying not having my experience destroyed again. I thought I'll do it. It gathered momentum. It was national. Sky were covering it. BT, BBC were, and I thought, no, I'm not doing that again. That's affecting because obviously football is, for a lot of people, it's like a lot of release it is for me. So if I go into an away game, I get excited for like, I cannot wait to go. Even if it's Liverpool or Manchester or London, that's my 2 days away from stress, relationships, work, family. That's my 2 days to get away. I'm getting on one here, aren't I? Bloody hell, I'm getting emotional and deep the need. But that's why I continue to go. It was the release for me, and I know we didn't win now. We're under better terms now, and we've got massive hope to go on and hopefully get into Europe. And can you imagine taking the channel abroad in Europe, man? It'll be absolutely mental. Sam, where do you sit with the whole thing?
I do have sympathy for people. I had a bit of time away from going to games under like McLaren and that, mainly because I was like saving for houses and children on the way, and that. But you know, it was definitely a contributing factor. Supply and demand, isn't it? So there's going to be loyalty point arguments this year. There's, as I say, no home game this season is going to go to general sale. No away game is probably going to even get as far as to the members who have paid 35 quid just for the privilege of trying to buy a ticket for next season. But, you know, it just brings us on to the whole stadium debate and how do you extend St. James's Park? How can you increase the capacity of St. James's Park? Or do you want to move stadium? This argument is rumbling on and on and on. I don't like the idea of a new stadium, I'm not going to lie. But it's going to be very difficult and very tricky to increase the capacity of St. James's Park because there'll be so much red tape.
In a strange way, you know, the demand is, can you realistically, Beth, if we try be realistic here. And if your answer is yes, that's fair enough. Can Newcastle realistically have, if you're talking 30,000 are desperate for season tickets, that's going to push the attendance up to over 80,000. Can Newcastle really sell 80,000 tickets per week per home game? Do we have it in us?
I think like short term, we possibly could. Right
And
now,
worry,
so
though.
exciting. Yeah, but I feel like when like the novelty sort of wears off for some people, because to some people right now it's not like a full on, I want to go week in, week out, I want to go to the cup games. It's people like that they see the displays online or on their television and they want to go and they want to be part of the atmosphere. And you can't knock them for that, but they're not the same people that would then want to go every single week. And then it would like lose what it's all about, wouldn't it? Like it'd just be an empty, soulless little stadium when it's like half full, or like when cup games we've got like one stand open or something. Like it would lose what it's all about for me, and I don't think we'd fill 80,000 capacity every single week.
It's because, you know, if things are great now, where are we in 5 years? Where are we in 10 years?
Yeah.
You know, are we still going to sell 80,000 if Newcastle moved on to new ownership? Because eventually that will happen. Staveley and Mehrdad and PIF are great that they're here, but they're not going to be here for 30 years, 40 years. If Newcastle have a massive 80,000 stadium, are we going to sell that out every week?
Well,
and if we get used to winning as well.
Yeah, and like the football we have the potential to play now in the next few years could inspire the next generation of Newcastle fans. So it depends, obviously, how the team performs on the pitch, doesn't it? That's a huge factor. If things go wrong again, then no, of course you're not going to fill 80,000 every week. You'd probably just get over half. But like like these new stadiums, they're just soulless, aren't they? Look at like West Ham when they moved. Upton Park was like a horrible place to go, but like London Stadium, it's just a bit shit, isn't it?
If we allow it and we can get around, obviously, the situation around the stadium, what's realistic then? Would you say, Beth, another 10,000?
I'd say like perfect would be like 65 to 70, because I think then like the people who want to actually go week in, week out can go. There'd still be like the leftover tickets for the people who want to go every now and then, and that atmosphere would stay the same. Like it would still be that tight knit, crazy little atmosphere that we all actually love. But I think when it gets to like 80,000, obviously you're typically further away from the pitch as well. There's more tourists usually in the ground, so it kind of loses what it's about. I don't see 80,000 Newcastle fans going week in, week out in the long term.
I think if you put it to its simplest form and ignore red tape, town planning, listed buildings, land that has been sold, whatever, if you were to just fill in and level it off so it was all level with level 7 and like increase the Gallagher and the East, then I think it would add up to 70, which I think is about right.
I think they've got to do step by step. Even if we had the facility, I think another 10,000. I think that's all right. 62,000, maybe 65. Because what happens in, you didn't want a massive stadium. I know, the bad times on Ashley, we'll hopefully never get back to that in our lifetimes. But we'll say on that, I think it's great for the club that they've got the demand because they're doing everything right. And there was only one way when they came in. It was going that way for everything. And they've done everything right to a lot of extent, which is great. And it throws up that good old debate. It really, really does. We'll move on that. I'll keep your comments coming on screen. I wanted to talk about this guy, Sam. Newcastle agree. We know that the deal, it took a long, long time to get him over the line. It's in principle. Can you just explain to people who are out there, what does that mean?
It's all done. Lille are just waiting to sign the forms for the new financial year because they're in the shit. We touched on this briefly when you were having your technology meltdown, didn't we, Beth? I mean, look, it is all done. You don't release them sort of pictures there with if it wasn't done. But there's only so much you can refresh Twitter and wait for the welcome to Newcastle video for Sven Botman. But what a signing that is, by the way. This is the guy who was first choice. How often do Newcastle United sign their first choice of anything? So, I mean, it's about £35 million. How's that happened? This is a club 12 months ago that wouldn't pay a loan fee for Conor Gallagher, wouldn't pay a loan fee for Hamza Chowdhury, wouldn't pay a loan fee for anyone. And to sign Sven Botman, this is why we didn't go back in for Diego Carlos and let him go to Aston Villa, because Sven Botman, if you remember from January, was always the first target, always the number one target for Newcastle. And it's amazing that we've got him. I remember in January going on Sky and saying how much of a great signing this would be. This guy could be our Vincent Kompany and builds the spine of our team for years and years and years to come. At 22 years of age, proper centre back. This is a big deal. I mean, it's a real kind of marquee sign in a way, but it's a transfer to stamp your authority to in the summer window for sure.
And Beth, how long are we waiting for until we see him in the videos? You know, Serena taking all them forwards, because it's been done, hasn't it? Let's face it, it's been done. Do you agree on Sam? It's the case of Lille just waiting for the financial year, or is it a case that do they need a replacement? Where do you stand on that?
No, I think it's definitely like the financial year situation with Lille, because he's literally been posting goodbye at all of his teammates, and they've been acknowledging that he's left, and they've been saying goodbye to him. So it's definitely a thing, and the rest of his teammates have been told that he's gone. So the deal's definitely there. I think it's like a bit messy on Lille's end, obviously with their finances and stuff. So when that's all straight, I think I'm going to be really disappointed after we've waited this long if he's not stood on top of St James's Park with the Batman sign coming out of him.
Oh yes, please. Maybe I think maybe they have to announce him at night.
Yeah, when it's dark.
Batman. Yeah, when it's dark. So expect an announcement at around 11:30.
What, Jamie Rubin next to him for Robin?
Yeah, I'd love that.
You know, maybe they need a torchlight as well.
Yeah.
Stadium chair at the top of the roof. There you go.
Maybe we've actually all missed it. We just needed to look out our windows and see the little signal in the sky. Maybe
I'll go back to work and have my binoculars. Right, where does he play? Who plays?
Centre back. Next.
Yeah, we know that. Do we well, Sam, Howard, put you on the spot. Do we play 3 at the back? Do we change it? Or does it give Eddie Howe options? Or does he drop Byrne or Fabian Schär? It's a great problem to have at the minute because they're both on form.
Isn't it just?
What we want.
I remember, if you remember back, I was thinking about this the other day because it's a real quandary. And you're right in what you say that it was not. But it gives Eddie Howe options, like you say. And if you think back, I know he had COVID at the time and wasn't there, but it was still his first 11 at that Brentford game at home. We played 5 at the back. So I'm aware that this 4-3-3 that we were playing and had great success with at the back end of last season maybe wasn't as permanent as we all think. I mean, if it's 5 at the back, Botman's in the middle of the 3 with Byrne and Schär either side of him. If it's not, it doesn't really matter. 2 from Botman with either Schär or Byrne, really. It doesn't matter. Botman's your first choice. Is he eased into the Premier League? He's only 22, remember? Yes, he's got boundless potential and he's a world-class player. So's Bruno. And Bruno got that slow introduction, allowed him to learn the language, settle into the area, get to know his teammates. So there's ways and means. It wouldn't surprise me to see Byrne and Schär start against Nottingham Forest on August the 6th. But first choice, Botman and Schär sounds good. Byrne and Botman sounds good. I don't really mind. It's
a good one.
It's a tricky one. It is a good one. It's like just to see what happens when you've got strength in depth for a change.
I know. Beth, do you think you love him?
I already do.
There's one.
Yeah, but we've been on for half an hour and that's the first time.
I know, I've lined that up. I've just waited to line you up. I've just passed it across the 6-yard box for you to come along and tap it in. So it's a fantastic problem to have, and it's what we wanted because of the whole, worrying about Jamal Lascelles, and he's down the pecking order, and we know that Kieran Clark and Fernandez need to move on. You've even got Paul Dummett as backup as well. So it is great. It's frustrating because I want to see him interview and I want to see him talk about it. I want to see the pictures, but we'll have him over the line. It's done. It is effectively done, which is great. I wanted to move on to next. And again, you can see all this information on the club's website, the pre-season schedule, and what we make of it as well. So I'll let you guys who are watching take it in. Sam, what do you make of pre-season? Because we went down across Yorkshire and South Yorkshire and Derbyshire. Burton's in Derbyshire, isn't it? Last summer, and they stayed fairly local, and now they're going a little bit further afield here.
Yeah, it's certainly a welcome turn of pace from Rotherham away and seeing Jeff Hendrick play up front. Yeah, great levels all across the board. Standards increased. It's fantastic to see. Even the under-21s are going. Who are they playing?
We'll find out in a second.
Well, yeah, even their pre-season schedule looks a lot more competitive and hard working. I don't think we are going to see the Newcastle United first team struggling for match fitness come the first game of the season like we did last season.
Yeah. So first up, we've got Gateshead. That'll be
standard. Happens every year. Good luck to him. Great signing, Tom Allen.
Yeah, he is. Gateshead up first. It might be a mixture of that team there. And then we've obviously got 1860 Munich, which I remember. Simon, you remember. Beth, I don't know if you were old enough to remember the Intertoto Cup.
No.
When we played them, against Thomas Hassler and Nobby Solano, Little Dink and all that away at the old Munich ground. And then we'll play Mainz. We've played actually fairly recently. We got beat off them a couple of years ago. And then we go on and play those Benfica games away. And then we've got the double header, which is the Friday, now being confirmed the very next day. So we've got Bilbao on the Friday night.
Yeah, coming up for them.
Yeah, Sam's coming up for them in Atlanta as well. So how many pre-season games are you getting to then, Sam?
Just them two, because some of us can't afford European holidays.
You're saying that I am, like.
No, you've just spent all your money on that gerbil rat thing you had on screen before.
I'm very happy I have. And it's called Ferdinand. It'll be on the channel a lot more. Yes, it will. Wait until I've got him out walking. Beth, how many are you getting to?
I'll be at the 2 home ones.
Fantastic. We'll get Beth on camera in person.
Have you noticed that we've got 3 games against teams from different leagues who all came 8th in their respective leagues?
Oh, I like you, Beth. I like you. That's knowledge, everybody. Facts. If you can't smash the like button for that fact, that is wonderful. No, but it's a good test as well, because all of these sides, you would probably say a little bit higher caliber if they're all played in the same league. Probably you would think they'll just finish ahead of Newcastle. I mean, Atlanta with the Champions League, great scoring goals going forward. And Bilbao, obviously, just before my time, the old UEFA Cup 94-95 season. So yeah, we got put out in away goals.
Proper teams there, aren't they? It's great, isn't it? Normally you'd have the one on the Saturday before against like a European team. I remember coming up and I saw Leon Best score a magnificent diving header against PSV. That was just absolute filth. And then you had pretty boring games against Saint-Etienne. I remember watching that. But then 2 back-to-back games against proper teams, and then you'll see, presumably the squad will be split in half, and you'll get to see all the players in the squad within 24 hours.
That'll be good to see Martin Dubravka, because I'm assuming he'll be in goal for 1, and then Nick Pope will probably be in goal for 1 as well. So I feel like that'll be good for us all to see.
Yeah, it's interesting then. Pope versus Dubravka, again, more healthy competition.
Yeah.
It's great. It's brilliant, man. It's what we want. And hopefully the club, and I don't think they will be done just yet. Andrew, brilliant. I know you've been a subscriber for a while, so thank you very much for joining our membership again. As I said earlier on, that'll unlock you some videos, and I'll put the Discord out later on tonight on the community tab for our members, so you can join, chat to us, find out who's coming up, and chat amongst all the other Toon fans as well. Soccer Steve, who's flying. Steve, you got paid today. What's going on here? Is that what's happening?
Can't tell.
One thing Sven will need to work on is keeping his head up when things go wrong. Had a few disastrous games at Lille and was also under a poor manager. I'm not going to disagree with Steve, because Steve watches 8 games at once.
He's 22. He's 22 years of age, not Steve, Sven Botman. But actually, no. Is Steve 22 as well, or is he 21? But yeah, he's young. He's still developing. It's a proper signing, and under Eddie Howe, we saw the uplift in so many Newcastle players just in a short space of time last season. Just think what he can do with the likes of Sven Botman and what he could have done with Hugo Ekitike.
Ekitike, we'll come on him shortly because he's been seeing some stuff today. Sam,
No,
Ferdinand,
his manager has.
Yeah.
Yes, his manager Harry. Sorry. Ferdinand is a little bit like, how can not like that little dog? I like it how he's a dog. I like how he's all getting a little bit, trying to find out. Even Jane Atlanta wants to know, is my cat okay? Bloody hell, I feel like it's a counselor session. Is my cat, my cat's fine now. They're fine with the dog. The dog just wants to bark at them and play. So that's what's going on in my household. So there we go. Welcome to the pet centre. Yes. Yeah. Who's going to be our number one?
Fine with my 2 feral children. Dubravka's number 1 because that's what's on his shirt.
Oh, is he going to be number 1, Beth? Not numerically.
I don't know.
This is why you're on the channel to make these decisions. We're not having a don't know.
She wants to say no, but she's scared because she loves Dubravka.
You know what I want to say, and I can't say the sentence because you've already put a bet on how many times I'm going to say it tonight. So I've got some feelings for Martin Dubravka.
Oh, have we?
They're very strong feelings. And
yeah,
I think the thing is with like Martin versus Nick Pope, they've got different strengths. And like Nick Pope's a lot better in the air than Martin Dubravka is. And his distribution's probably a little bit better than Martin's, but it's not that much better. But I just really like Martin Dubravka.
Beth loves players.
Beth loves players.
I do. I just support them all through everything.
No, that's probably good because when we get beat and we start slagging off players after a game, we're going to put you as the good cop, bad cop. So
yeah, I'll just be on one side on my own.
So it'd be like, fucking Emil Kraft was shit the game. Like, oh, but I love him. He was great last season. That's going to be you.
Yeah, take some workload off me. Yeah.
I don't think I'd say that. I mean.
Yeah, but yeah, it's great. That
I think just for what it's worth, I think Nick Pope starts first game of the season.
It's interesting. It is really, really interesting to see, and it's good that we've got these questions, and hopefully we get a striker over the line. Because again, that'll give Callum Wilson a bit of push.
It's the only thing that's missing, isn't it? That we're just missing that marquee flair signing, aren't we?
Do we need it?
Yes.
Because Fordy thinks we're getting Neymar.
Yeah, but he says a lot, doesn't he?
Yeah, he had a very bad day that day, didn't he?
He did. Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely not getting Neymar. He has a comment because I am also a big fan of Belotti as well. He's available on the free. Don't need to spend big money, and obviously Diaby winger. I think we do need competition because I'm still not happy with Murphy and Almiron. I'm sorry, like the shite. They're absolutely.
Beth loves Miggy and Almiron. Miggy and Murphy.
I love Miggy. Murphy's all right.
I like his enthusiasm, but is he the guy to take up to another level? He's not.
Have you seen his smile?
He's got a lovely smile, yeah, but that's not enough. It's not enough. All you need, Sam, is a tarantula.
Nope, 2 feral children is enough for me.
Oh, we're getting on wildlife, yeah. Right, maybe we can start something off on NFTV Extra for that. Right, as you mentioned, Sam, again, the under-21s are going to take on Elche. I don't know, do you reckon that's the first team?
It says La Liga out there.
Yeah, is it the first team? Is it the mix? I think they play the first team, and that's some serious competition. If they're playing Elche, Blackburn under 21s and Sheffield United's under 21s as well. So they'll be going out with Spain. Bit of warm weather for Elliot Dickman, and obviously Craig Hope has just put out that we're very close to signing another youngster coming through the door. So they're looking elsewhere to bring in talent, and it's that whole argument, there isn't much talent in Newcastle, so hopefully we can develop players, and hopefully the facilities, there is work being done on the training ground, and more to come, definitely. But obviously you can see there, it's in Murcia, which if any of Newcastle have played against CSK and Royal Antwerp in friendlies, and kick off at 7 p.m. And we're playing Blackburn, away at Blackburn, and we're playing at home against Sheffield United at Little Benton's Academy. There's no news as of yet if that's going to be open to the public. Hopefully it is. Because I want to get to 1 or 2 of them, but yeah, and there's a schedule for you. So they've got 3 games, and there'll probably be another one added as well. But Sam, I'll come to you before we move on to that. With the under 21s, the aim is definitely promotion.
Yes, I don't know how realistic that really
Weren't far off.
No, I know, but there was certain games where we were heavily outclassed in the under 21s last year. I remember going to watch them at Wolves, and Wolves were just another level. Yeah, who knows? It's always going to be a big turnaround because you've obviously let a lot of players go, and then there's the new intake of youngsters as well, and who's going to be leaving on loan. So it's promotion would be great, but at that level, it's not the be all and end all. It's more about developing your young players that have real potential, isn't it? So whatever happens. That wasn't creepy at all.
Well, I'm in a good mood, man. Yeah, so you will get that. For people who are just tuning in, Beth loves loads of players. You'll get that over the next season. Bruno's pal, I don't think that's happening. I don't
either.
It's just speculation. That's all.
It's just like a fantasy, isn't it? We all just want it to come deep down, but it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen this summer.
Yeah, it's not going to happen. I think it has to be a striker. And Ekitike, if we do, we'll come on to him shortly, can fill both of those voids, maybe as a winger and a striker as well. So fingers crossed on that. Nicholas adamant that we're going to get Paquette in the next 3 weeks. I bet against that. Andrew just became a member, said up front, I think we can forget about the big names past the best. I'd rather say young prospects to grow the club, like the 16-year-olds mentioned, or get Anderson in the team. Beth, what about Elliot Anderson? He's not a striker, but he's predominantly on the 10. Unreal. On the 10 position and the left wing position for Bristol Rovers. What do you do with him? He doesn't need to be registered in the squad. Do you keep him there or do you send him back out on loan?
I think he needs to go on loan in the Championship to like a top 6 kind of Championship team, because then I think you can see his quality. He'd get the game time without his career like stagnating, because I feel like right now, if we're playing the way we were, he wouldn't get enough game time in our first team to really progress. And the under-21s is not really like the kind of level that he should be playing at right now to like further his career and grow as a player.
Yeah,
so I think like a top Championship team. I think then we'd see more of his quality, how good he actually is, and it would help him.
Yeah, I hope he does. Hope he gets another loan.
Yeah.
See how I think Eddie Howe's got to at least look at him again in pre-season.
Peter Ramage is helping out on the loan department now with Shola as well, isn't he? So some good quality loans, which has been lacking for our youngsters the past couple of years.
Have a look at Matty, and he's back at the club, and we're seeing him in training, which I am going to come on to some training pictures as well. So steady, Beth. I know you're going to like a lot of players, so steady.
Just the kids.
Yeah. Facebook, obviously you can see all the news that we put out on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and if you want to have a look at some articles,
and TikTok for Liam,
we do have TikTok. I need to put TikTok in there as well, to be honest. So have a look at all the socials, Newcastle Fans TV. We do more than just videos as well. Speaking, there was a great question which I want to highlight once again. Where have I just put it? Yeah, Joseph, Sam. Obviously we've got a close connection with the women at Newcastle.
Yep.
Women at Newcastle. No, I didn't say that right. Newcastle United Women FC. God, that's going to be clipped up. Is the pressure on the women's team because of the money now that we've got?
Not because of the money we have. No, I don't think there is. I think there's pressure on them because they know they're too good for the league that they're in at the moment. That's why. And look, they had a tremendous groundbreaking season last season, but there was still a tinge of disappointment there that they didn't get promotion. I'm gutted as well because I saw the fixtures of like the leagues come out, and like the league above has so many games near me. I would have got to so many away games to watch the lasses next season. But there you go. At least there's going to be a derby in their division with Middlesbrough getting relegated, so that's going to be a good fixture to go and see. But yeah, the pressure isn't on because of the financial situation at Newcastle. The pressure is on because they're striving for better things, and they know they're better than where they are at the moment. They're in the equivalent of League Two, and they've got some players that can hold their own in the Championship. like the two girls pictured in the kits, Georgia Gibson and Katie Barker. Georgia Gibson could walk into a championship team now. I don't have any quibbles about that whatsoever.
Yeah, class. There hasn't been any signings as of yet, Josh, but they're fairly quite low key.
They are also their schedule is behind because obviously Premier League starting earlier.
Yeah,
because of the World Cup, the Women's League doesn't have that problem, so they're a couple of weeks behind. A couple of weeks further than
and you can see all this again in this information. So they'll get it back to pre-season on Tuesday, towards the August the 21st. The curtain raiser begins, which will be great. And Katie Barker, we expect her to go and start banging in goals left, right, and centre. 21 last season, unreal
in 18 matches.
Yeah, it's mad, isn't it? Absolutely mad. So yeah, and then obviously you can see there that we've had Becky on a few times now. We've had Katie on. We've had a lot of the lasses that have been on. Hopefully more over the summer because we've got a close relationship with them, and we want to push them as much as that we can definitely help out. So I'll be up for vlogs, trying to get Johnny and Sam to the first one. First one at Drew Park, because I know you love the media day, which is great for all of us as a channel. At St James's Park, that was class.
Yeah.
Beth, I wanted to ask
interviews pitch side at St James's Park. Who'd have thought that?
I wanted to ask you, Beth, obviously being a lovely lady yourself, with Newcastle United women, are you now buzzing as a woman that Newcastle United women are going to be presented and be pushed on? Because since 1989, let's face it, it's been amateurish. It's never been backed. It's never been pushed. And now you can see women's sport being pushed by the owners.
Yeah, definitely. But when I was younger, I played football and I got trials for Newcastle. And even though I was a Newcastle fan, the ladies' football at the time just wasn't even worth travelling for, because for me it would have been like a 2-hour journey there and back, like combined. Obviously, I would have had school and things, and it just wasn't worth it at all because they didn't really care about it. It was just sort of a thing to move with the time. Like, it didn't really seem like they cared about it. It was just one of those things that they just had. Whereas now, Newcastle as a whole, they're focused on the ladies' football. And like when Dan Ashworth came in, he's mentioned he's really passionate about it and he wants to like move the ladies on a level. The owners want to move the ladies on a level. They're getting more exposure on their social media. Like when the kids have been released, the ladies are heavily a part of it, like just as equal as the men. So I think right now, you've got to be excited about it, and it's really good to see.
It's great. It's wonderful because we've tried to give them coverage before, on the channel, in both channels that we have. So it's great to see it, and they're going to be obviously taking over. And I'll let you answer this, Sam. While I load up the next page, is that also is there any way specifically to help the women's team? I'm from the USA, but I really like the vision our owners have for the women's team. So can you just explain to people who don't know who looked after the women's side and what's happening this summer with the club taking over?
So it was obviously kept going by the foundation. Mike Ashley just completely neglected it, and the only reason the women continued was it was picked up by the club's charity, which is separate to the club, but it's in name, the Newcastle United Foundation. So, without the support of that organisation and Steve Harrell and people like that, and the relationship with the university, Newcastle wouldn't have a team at all. It would be dead. I mean, it's like Beth was saying there. It was commonplace for women to have to go to Sunderland, Middlesbrough to get.
Look at Carly Telford and Lucy Bronze and these are Newcastle supporters.
The talent in the Northeast is
Debbie Stokes
unmatched, and like it's just not. It doesn't have the facilities in place because it fell just so far behind the rest. And now with the club taking ownership back of the women's side and not relying to get players from the university or wherever, or just picking up players that are out of contract basically.
And they're going to pay them. They're going to pay the women.
It's just going to be run accordingly. So to kind of go back to the point before about pressure, the pressure isn't there because Honestly, grow up. The pressure isn't there because the club is being run properly and efficiently now. So they're on the start of their journey, and it's such a great journey to get behind. That day at St James's Park was one of my favourite days ever. It was just so heartwarming, and just like you say, Lee, we've been following them for years, and like seeing them walk out to local hero at St James's Park with over 22,000 people there was absolutely incredible. So fingers crossed they do the business. They've got a great manager. They've got some absolutely wonderful players that hopefully they can add to in the squad this season, and hopefully they can win the league and achieve promotion.
Yeah, great. We'll have loads of them videos. No doubt Johnny and Sam might go and get a couple more extra ladies on the podcast later this season. Obviously, we'll get them up for vlogs, interviews. We'll move off the women's side. We are coming to Hugo Ekitike.
God, that is I'm so glad. I'm glad in a way he's not joining us anymore, because I'm so tired of hearing you butcher his surname.
Just call him Hugo, easier. We are going to come to him very last, because we are coming up to probably about 10-15 minutes left of the program, the show of the night. I wanted to do this, Sam. You had this on Twitter. I thought this would be quite a bit of fun. These are free agents. I seen you put this on. I thought, ooh, I'm going to pitch that and put this out. Out of that list, Beth, who would you, I don't say all of them, who would you like to see come at Newcastle? Who do we need? I mean, these are probably a few glamour signings.
I think Belotti would be brilliant, especially considering Callum Wilson likes an injury. And I was looking just before at his wage, and he's only on 64,000 a week. So it's not exactly a signing that would come in and break our wage structure and unsettle people. So I think that'd be a good signing. But obviously Christian Eriksen as well, that'd be a very good signing.
Is he linked to Man United very close, isn't he?
Yeah.
If I look at that, I'll take my pick. I think it's got to be Dembele. I know he's got a few injuries, but he's assist king, and we need a winger. And he's on yes, I know there'll be a big fat signing on fee, but he's very young, considering if you look at that list, a lot of them are in the late 20s, early 30s now.
Yeah.
I think it's got to be Dembele. I'd love Dybala, don't get me wrong. That'll be a glamour signing. Him or Wilson. You know, Dybala's got a bit of everything, playing the 10, play out wide, be a striker.
And he suits the black and white stripes.
It does, Juventus. I'd love Dries Mertens, but I think he's just too old. Unfortunately, I think he's like 35. You could do your season, but some big names there on that list. Sam, who would you take whilst I'll show everybody what they're saying?
The top three.
Just the top three, that's it?
Well, it's kind of Dybala or Belotti, but then again, if we're mad stinking rich, then get them both. But you can make a case for the top four. I think that's where the main thing is. Obviously, Pogba's going back to Juventus, and you wouldn't touch him with a barge pole anyway. And the others are kind of looking for their last big contract in the game before they retire. You would think. So it's not exactly. It wouldn't be good business sense, would it, to bring in a player like that for a year or two when they're going to be on 150,000+ a week, and you're only going to get 10-15 games out of them, possibly. So, yeah, Dybala's an interesting one. Eriksen, I can't see it happening, but we're apparently our name is in the hat to try and get him. So we shall see. And Dembele would be great, but I think his wages will be astronomical. And you can't rely on his fitness whatsoever. It's worse than Wilson when it comes to match fitness.
Just assist king, though. Didn't he get like tons of assists? Oh, it just great, It gives you more options. Pogba can do one. Yeah, I wouldn't take Paul Pogba. Yeah, not personally. Right, the big one is the video title. We'll talk about it now. I'll share it. Bit of a bombshell. The Chronicle have gone with that. Aaron Stokes, who was on the podcast with Johnny and Sam, very, very
good dude.
What do you make of this, Beth? Because there's a lot of chit-chat amongst agents, managers, speculation, newspaper. He wants to come. He doesn't want to come. He wants to go to Paris. He doesn't want to go to Paris. Now the manager's come out and has said, he's told me he wanted to stay, but if there's Real Madrid or Barcelona who come knocking, and that's according to RMC Sport, I find Hugo calm. I spoke to him. He will have no problem staying at the club, and neither will I. What do you make of all the carry on with this?
I feel like there's just a lot of drama. Like, a lot of drama over a player that we don't actually even know if he could come and do a job in the Premier League, because he's played for like a mid-table team in the French league, which is not the highest standard really, and he's so young that he could end up just being a Riviere or wherever he was called, and he came and he was just shocking, like an absolute flop. And I feel like his agent has just done him absolutely no favours at all. Like, if I was him, I would get rid of my agent and I would find someone different, because his agent shouldn't even be going on the way he is, and he's pricing him out of deals, and the whole thing just looks so unprofessional. Like, it's just shocking. I don't understand how he can justify saying PSG, Real Madrid, Barcelona. Like, I don't understand how he could say, oh, if they came in for him, he'd go. Like, obviously, any player would want to go to those teams, but I don't understand how he thinks he's that standard of a player yet.
Isn't an agent's job to get his client whatever he wants?
Yeah, but I think he's pricing him out of everything, and he's just putting him in this predicament constantly with the things he's saying. It just doesn't sound great. He reminds me of, like, I don't know what he reminds me of, to be fair. It's just shocking.
Sam, where do you see it? Is it just everybody's playing a game here?
It's. I think it's a mixture of this Newcastle tax that we hear a lot of during transfer windows. His agent seeing pound signs, and what's key with a man like Eddie Howe, and you can see that with the players he's brought in so far, his character is a big thing.
It's a bit like Rafa, isn't it? Because Rafa was big into that.
Yeah, just no dickheads. Get your head down, work hard, and you'll do for us, sort of thing. Mercenaries, yeah. How many things? Remember when, like, QPR had a bit of a takeover and they just bought in just mercenary after mercenary after mercenary. Like, oh god, it was awful, stupid business, and that's obviously what we're steering clear of. We're learning from other people's mistakes. So it would have been great to get Ekitike, just to hear you continue to butcher his surname. I mean, at one point I thought you were going to call him Peter Unlove on our group chat, but the 90s are a long way away now. Yeah, it would have been great. This kid could be anything in the next 5 to 10 years. He could be absolutely anything. He could be an absolute world beater, or he could pale into insignificance. So Botman apparently done.
Is it on?
We'll Botman, if it's out, we'll share it. Don't worry, we'll come to it. Ekitike needs another year. Stade de Reims to mature.
Oh, it's on. Oh.
It's on. Botman
they've done a Batman thing.
Howard, we're going to get it shared. We'll look at the. Oh, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Newcastle confirmed the deal. Official now. We just literally, what?
You've been sharing the screen from the official club website all bloody night, and then they go and do that.
I know. So we've got to get it up. Look at it. They're confirming the deal, which is great. But it's official, because it was only 45 minutes ago we were talking about it. Not even that. Half an hour ago we were talking about it. So we might not be able to play all of it because of copyright reasons. So we've got to protect ourselves. But I'll pause it.
So far, it's just the Batman signal just splitting around the sky.
Yeah. I'll pause it. Let's have a look for people who can't see it.
Oh, there we go. 8 seconds ago. 8 seconds. You need to refresh.
I'll give it a second, but it says it's time. Dutch flag, eyes emoji. So that means that the Botman.
Oh, he's in the shirt.
He's in the shirt. We'll share that. Question for you.
He's topless for the first few seconds of the video. I mean, that's just,
I love him as well.
I mean, it's 8:30 in the evening. Wait till 9 o'clock for filth.
Cans? Weren't you going to do that outside the Bobby Robson statue?
Yes, but some of us have to work and do Sky Sports News and then go back to work until 10 p.m.
Yeah. Great company. So that's the Batman. Yeah, we'll give it a refresh, which is great. Which is fantastic. This is on the official Twitter feed now.
Shout out Grant Pringle, Dan King, all of them guys in the club media department. They're absolutely killing it with these videos.
The graphics at the end are brilliant as well.
So I can't play all the video just in case we get done for copyright, but you can see, look, get yourselves on it. You can see the video. There he is. I'll leave it as that. Sven Botman is
just
now...
Scroll down a little bit.
Is official. He is official.
And then you can see that, look at that.
Yeah, I had it up before, yeah.
Grant Pringle, take a bow.
Absolutely fantastic. So it's time. And then there's Sven Botman, which is great. So it happens while we're live, which is brilliant. But
there you go. Told you it'd happen in July.
That's what they were waiting for, wasn't it? For us to go live.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what we were saying, because obviously the financial, yeah. But it's great, yeah, fantastic. Just want to need a nice little boost with the whole Hugo Ekitike. Have I said it right now? Ekitike?
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. It was like you were confused between that and Nketiah. And then I thought you were going to say like Undombele, and then like Unlove, and then it was just like who?
You know why? It's probably because obviously I spoke to Eddie Nketiah very recently, and his sister about certain things. So that's probably
what
why.
A move to Newcastle. Are you trying to be an agent for the weekend?
No, it's my day-to-day job. But yeah, the Batman is sealed. I'm saying Batman now. Fuck it. Let's see it. What's your favorite Batman movie, Beth?
I don't know.
What's yours?
I'm so glad he asked you.
I thought my favorite one is The Dark Knight.
Yes, The Dark Knight.
Is that the one where Heath Ledger plays the Joker?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, then that gets my vote too, because that's the only one I've seen.
Heath Ledger's Joker is the best Joker.
Yeah, it's absolutely real. Especially the bit where he blows the hospital up. Oh, what a scene!
Yeah, incredible.
It's just incredible. And also, obviously, is Bane the next one? The guy with the mask.
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. Yes, and I'm impressed.
Feisty one you are. That's what I thought that was.
It was meant to be Bane, not Yoda. My impressions, as everybody knows in our WhatsApp groups, not the greatest, put it that way, but I like to give it a good try. But yeah, it was Heath Ledger's last film. It was. Botman is sealed, which is great. Fantastic. It's official, and we're rounding up literally just past the hour mark now, which is great. But obviously with the Hugo Ekitike stuff, look, it'll probably rumble on. I don't think it's great.
He's not coming, is he? Let's face it. And PSG stitched his agent up a treat. An absolute treat.
Shit staring in. He's trying to get more money. That's basically
then PSG came out and said, nope, not on our radar.
But he is, as I say, someone that Newcastle could really, really do, because he can fill in a winger, and he can play up top. It's ideal. You've got a player who can play in two positions.
Just the modern day forward now, isn't he?
Yeah, when you got to play out wide. So look at Mo Salah. He's just bagged himself 350,000. He's a winger and he scores goals for fun. Well, effectively, he's a winger, really. Forward, whatever you want to call it as well. Batman and Shea, in my opinion. Botman and Shea, sorry. You're on about the two centre backs.
Batman.
Nothing on slow sports news. Sorry, I'm not offended. It'll be on there. Don't worry. This is another one that Johnny's mentioned. Borja, from Chelsea, who had a great season on long loan at Southampton. Would you be against a loan?
No.
I wouldn't sign him. I wouldn't personally sign him.
Why? Chelsea rejects do fantastically well in the Premier League.
And me camera's starting to lag, so that's a good time for the hour mark, as I'm glitching like mad. For some reason, I was just after the hour mark.
It looks like you're being controlled by a DJ.
There we go. Right, we'll wrap up. I personally wouldn't sign it, but Beth, you enjoyed it?
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, brilliant. Sam, good to see you as ever. You enjoyed it?
Yeah, it's been fine. Three Greenwood and Mulliner shows being recorded this week, hopefully, touch wood. So first of which is on Sunday, and then we're doing two, one of which is very apt, very poignant as well. So if you are a member, you can see who they are, because I've told them on the members videos. So 99p.
All right, brilliant. I love you and leave you because I'm going twitchy mad here. But that's it, everyone. Have a good night. Thanks for watching. See yous. Bye-bye.